crafters, welcome to the Crafty Corner. Go grab your art supplies and come make a craft with me. Down at the library you will have a packet, and in your packet you are going to have some cardstock, a circle with some eyes, and a whole bunch of beautiful colored straws. Now, what are we going to do with all these things, you might ask? Well, we are going to make this beautiful little octopus. Isn't it adorable? So you are definitely going to need white glue for this craft today. So I'm going to set him aside and we'll make our very own. So on your paper, we are going to want to place his head near the top, and we can go ahead and glue his little eyeballs in, and then we are going to design his legs, and his legs are going to be all these wonderful colorful straws. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that done. So we're going to put some glue on the back of the circle and place it near the top. Not totally at the top, but near the top. And then decide where his eyes are going to be. And we're going to stick the eyeballs right there in those little dots of glue. Oops, not upside down. And I'm going to give him just a tiny little smile so he's a happy octopus. Okay. Now we get to design his legs. Now, boys and girls, if it's an octopus, how many legs does he have? I hope you know this, that octo means 8. So we are going to want to have 8 legs coming off of his head. So I'm going to just go ahead and with a pencil, I'm going to draw in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I guess the other one should go over here, 8. Now from these you can decide if his arms are going up or down or around or across each other. I don't think you can really go across each other, well, not with straws. But we're going to go ahead and make this one pretty long and this one pretty long. And then we'll make this one sort of long, and then he's going to come down and over. And this one's going to go down and over. This one's going to go up. This one's also going to go over here toward the side of the page. I don't know, I think, yeah, you can sort of see my pencil marks. So this one's going to come down, this one's going to come over. So once you design all that, now these long ones are going to be coming down and then squiggling down and over as well. You want to cut the straws to be the size of your lines. And you can decide what color goes where. So I'm going to start with orange, and I could just measure it, and it's going to go right to here, so I'm going to cut it. And then you do need a nice stream of glue. Okay, boys and girls, we don't want to glump our glue. We don't want a big, mess, but we do want a line. Okay, so, and it will dry clear. You won't be able to see that when it's done. All right, so we'll put our blue one right here. When I cut them, sometimes they poof away, and so you want to make sure that you hold on to them or they may fall off your table. Okay, so here's our 2 long legs right here. Let's see, I haven't used purple yet, so we'll do a whoop, see how I said? they jump away from you when you cut them. So now the library has lots of good books on octopus, or octopi, octopuses. So you might want to come on down. I brought a couple of my fiction stories today. We got the Tickly Octopus over here, and another book just called Also an Octopus. So pretty cool. You can also find non-fiction books that tell you about the life of an octopus. So I don't think my husband's going to mind me sharing this story, because actually he told it yesterday at lunch. But there was once upon a time that he was messing with some salt water, okay, and he found an octopus. And it was a small octopus. But did you guys know that an octopus has a little beak right here where his mouth is? He's actually got a little beak. It doesn't really show it in these pictures, but if you get a nonfiction book, you'll see it. And there's also some venom, some poison that might come out of the beak. And so he was messing with this octopus, and he wasn't much bigger than your hand. But it bit him, and he even has like a little scar around his knuckle where that octopus bit him. long time ago. So you got to be careful. If you ever want to go to the zoo or something, I would say probably don't pet an octopus. Okay, so now if you notice what I just did here, this one I cut a little longer than the line I had. And so my line is here, but I'm making his little tentacle go over here. So let's continue. We need to have all 8 of these. Also, let me tell you this, that people do eat octopus. And I was just at a seafood restaurant this weekend, and my daughter had like a seafood platter, and in it she had some little octopus legs. You could actually see the little suckers on it. It was sort of gross, but she said it was yummy. And so she's like, Mom, why don't you try this? So I did try a little octopus bite. And I don't know, I wasn't quite a fan, but maybe you would be. So, fun octopus story, octopi. It's sort of weird to say that if you mean more than one. All right, let's go ahead and get this one over here. So, as you can see, it's going to take a while to design your octopus and to cut all of his little arms, but I have given you plenty of straw. You will have plenty to be able to cut all the different lengths for your beautiful little octopus. Okay, let's see. I had a little red up there. He's so, it's so colorful. Let's let this tentacle go up here. And you know, octopuses can be pretty big. Their bodies are big and fat, but they collapse because they can squeeze through all kinds of like little crevices in holes and go into their caves. They're a pretty cool animal when you get to studying them. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need his 8th one up there. See, I still have all this straw left. So instead of just making it go straight, I'm going to cut that in half. We're going to glue this one here. And let's try a little bit of blue to finish him off. All right. So come on down to the library, grab all this cool art supplies so that you can make your own little 3D straw octopus. Look at that, isn't that cute? All right, let's turn him around and show him off. All right, so then we have this big octopus. All right, so come on down to the library, grab yourself a packet, grab yourself a couple of books too, fiction and nonfiction, and learn more about octopuses, or octopi. Weird word, isn't it? All right, boys and girls, thank you so much for watching the Crafty Corner, and I will see you again next week for another craft. Bye, guys. Oh, oh.